All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 275. I'm here with the legend, Tony Taylor.
Hey, thank you for having me, Eddy.
Appreciate you coming, man. Thank
Hey.
you so much, brother.
It's great. It's a pleasure to be here. I love this place. Love the food. Love the beer. Love the excitement.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know, I didn't know your full story until I was chatting with Bobby Kong. And
Yeah.
And I sat down with him, and he told me a little bit about your history, and I thought, wow, the next time he comes in, I'm going to have to ask him, man, to share with me. Appreciate it.
Bobby and I spent quite a few years working together, and he's a real cool dude.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. So you started in Honolulu.
I actually started in Georgia.
Georgia? Tell me about the beginnings, man.
1972,
Oh, I
got
love
my
it.
first job down in Brunswick, Georgia, which is on the coast near St. Simon's Island, Jekyll Island. And was there about a year, learned a lot. I graduated from a broadcasting school called Elkins. And I got took my test, got my first class license, damn near killed myself with high voltage that first year. I learned a lot about electricity.
Okay, the hard way. All
Yeah.
right.
And then when I moved around the southeast, went up to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then went over to back to Atlanta. I actually got to work at WQXI, AM and FM in Atlanta, the station I grew up listening to.
Beautiful. How did
Yeah.
that feel, going into the place you grew up listening to?
It was scary.
Okay.
But I got to work with a really cool bunch of guys. So one was Scott Shannon, who
Okay.
did pirate radio in L.A., and then he went up to Z100 in New York City,
Beautiful.
and learned a lot while working for him. I was there a short while, and then I got a gig in Alabama.
Okay.
I can talk like I'm from Alabama. when I
Alabama
want to.
Slammer. All right. Okay.
And then went up to Knoxville for a short while, and came back to Alabama, and got hired to go to Honolulu, Hawaii in 1978.
78. Okay.
Yeah, where were you in 1978?
I was born in 1978, man. Yeah, there you
Get
go.
out of
Yeah,
town.
there you go. There you go. I didn't want to bring that up, but okay. There, you asked. So, yeah. Born in July 1978, man.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
about the time I went to Hawaii.
That's awesome, man. Tell me about Hawaii.
It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. I got to work at KIKI, the AM station. We put the FM station on the air while I was there. We got actually hoisting up the FM antenna
Really?
at night. Down in,
That's awesome.
Down at the transmitter site. Jim Gabbard out of San Francisco hired me. He owned K101, I think it was, and he owned a TV station there as well.
Beautiful.
And he hired me, and flew there. I said, "Wow, I'm home."
Okay. Okay.
And,
How long did you spend in Hawaii?
I was here 6 years. Got to
Okay.
work for two different companies.
Beautiful.
One was Jim Gabbard's company, and I also went to work at 93Q.
Okay.
93Q FM, where everybody talks like this.
Yeah, give me a few of those if you can. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
And met some wonderful people. Got to meet Joan Jett,
Oh, wow. Ooh, okay.
Kenny Loggins, Jimmy Messina, a bunch of people came on the show, and had a great time. One day, I was on the air, and a guy that I hired to work for me at KIKI, his name is Craig Quick, called me when I was on the air. He goes, "Hey, man." I said, "Wow, I haven't seen you in a long time. Where are you?" He goes, "I'm in Taiwan." "Where's that?" I knew where it was.
Yeah.
And he said, "Wow, what are you doing there?" He explained about ICRT. He goes, "Hey, I want you to come over and be the program director for the station." I went, "Oh, really? How much you going to pay me?" He gave me a number. I said, "Nah, I got to go, man. I got to go." Hung up. Next day, he called me again. "Hey, good to hear from you. So you really want me to come there? How much you going to pay me?" He gave me a number. I said, "Nah, I'm working in Hawaii, man. I got to go."
That's what you got to do. That's
Yeah,
what you got to
third
do.
time.
Yeah.
Third time was a charm. He made it right. Yeah, and I said, "Okay, I don't even have a passport." I had to go get a passport.
Nice.
Get a visa. And I arrived on February 21st, 1984.
1984. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. And Taiwan has been good for you?
It was a little difficult at first. When I arrived, I was 155 pounds, single.
I know that feeling.
I had no subcutaneous fat on my body because I lived in Hawaii, right? Sunshine, beautiful every day.
Okay.
Froze my butt off until about July. I got on the phone, called my mom, said, "Send me an electric blanket right away."
Okay.
I lasted, and I fell in love with the place.
Yeah.
And stayed. And eventually found a lovely lady, Ding Nai Jun, and she and I got married about 6 months after knowing each other.
So, a little bit about that. a little birdie told me that she's quite a famous singer. She's quite a well-known singer.
Well, actually, she's an actress.
An actress, okay.
Actress.
Yeah.
She did a couple of films, did mostly theater.
Okay.
And then she really got into writing and directing, and she became a director.
Okay.
She wrote and directed 2 films. She's written and directed quite a few theatrical productions here in Taiwan. She's toured in Hong Kong, all over China, up on the West Coast, U.S., and she's just a hardworking woman. She loves theater, loves being on stage, but she's a woman of a certain age now, so she's pretty much wrapped up her acting career. Although
Gotcha.
she did, a couple of years ago, did a small little cameo piece in a movie.
So how did you meet a famous actress in Taiwan, man?
Well,
that's amazing.
ICRT was doing a thing with Tiffany's Disco down at the Hilton Hotel.
Okay.
And when a bunch of us went down there to, do our thing, and one of the girls in our office got up from our table and walked over to this table not too far away from ours, and there were 2 ladies sitting at the table. One was heavily pregnant.
Okay.
The other one wasn't.
Okay.
And she was there for a minute. I was watching what was going on. She came back and said, who's that girl you were talking to? She goes, the pregnant one? I said, no.
I hope not.
No, the other one. Introduced me. So she introduced me. Turns out I was living on Yangmingshan. She was living on Yangmingshan. Not more than a 10, 15-minute walk.
Wow, really?
So we were that close.
Okay.
It was destiny.
Destiny. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So one thing led to another, and we ended up tying the knot.
That's awesome, man.
That's 40 years.
Congrats. Congrats.
Next February.
Oh, any big plans for that?
Well, we just took a nice vacation. Went to UK, went to London,
Nice.
and went to Edinburgh, Scotland. Had a great time, really good time.
Okay.
I would go back to England and the UK in a heartbeat.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So you've been about 40 years then in Taiwan, off and on.
Off and on, yeah.
Okay.
Off and on.
And you were here for, setting up ICRT, kind of setting it up, getting the program sorted, right? And then what about there in your story? What happened there?
Well, I knew I was part of a team that was put together to re-engineer, reprogram, and just rebuild ICRT from what it was when I got here to something great, something that we were all would be proud of and people would want to listen to, and that's exactly what happened.
Beautiful.
We got lucky. We got hired some really good people. Some of the people that were here when we arrived just wasn't exactly what we wanted. So we made some changes.
You had to bring some people in, yeah.
Hired a bunch of new people.
Just like your buddy did to you. Craig Quick did that to you. Said
Craig Quick was heavily involved. He was the general manager, and he and I worked closely together.
He brought you, and then you started to be like, I'm going to bring this guy in. I'm going to bring that guy in.
Yeah,
is that what happened?
Yeah, we brought in an engineering team from Hawaii. We rebuilt all the studios.
Nice.
Had new transmitters installed.
Okay.
So that improved the overall sound of the station on the air. And it just made things just like Christmas time.
Okay. Yeah. I love it. Yeah.
And it took us about a year to get everything right. We brought in some people from Hawaii, some more people from Hawaii. We hired some people locally. Patrick Steele, you probably don't remember him, but he's still around. I saw him a couple of years ago. Susie Wonder, Mark Rogers, Cliff Richards from Hawaii. We put him on the morning show.
Nice.
He eventually went back, and we brought in another guy, Lan Roberts, to do a morning show. He did a great job. And things were going great. And we started doing radio promotions, doing contests and things like that. We came up with this really exciting show called the Taiwan Top 20. And that, in turn, became part of a TV show called Jing Chu Long Hu Bang.
Okay.
With Fuqua and Fang Di and a couple other people. And I was on that crazy TV show for almost 5 years.
Wow.
Well, let me tell you about stardom.
Yeah.
Okay, I was on the TV show for a couple of weeks, and I started going outside, and people were going, who is that guy? I've seen that guy. I mentioned to my wife, she goes, why are these people staring at me? She goes, get used to it or quit.
Okay.
So
okay.
I had to get used to it. I just had to ignore them. Be nice, you know. Be
Yeah.
nice, but don't let it bother you. And finally, I got over it.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, okay. And the people that you brought over, there were people you probably worked with before, and you were like, "This guy would be good here."
One of them was Bobby
Okay.
Kong, Kamasami Kong. We called him, and
Yeah.
he called himself in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And we got him to come over. He was here for some year or so, maybe close to 2 years. Then he went back to Japan.
Yeah. Okay.
He spoke nearly fluent Japanese.
Okay.
And
Beautiful.
he was a great guy, great entertainer, great voices.
He's got a great voice as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chat with
he
him.
talks like this
Bobby
all the
Kong.
time.
Yeah. That's beautiful, man. Okay, and Taiwan was rocking. So you were saying that it's been off and on. So when was the off time? Like you thought, okay, I'm going to go back to visit some family, or what happened in between there?
Well, I didn't really want to go anywhere. I
Okay.
stayed here. After about '99, they offered me retirement. I said, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to
okay.
retire. When I took a trip and went some places, and then I got bored real
How's
quick. I started
retirement?
playing my
Yeah.
piano again.
Yeah.
And started thinking about playing in a band again. Started toying with that, and then ICRT. Craig Quick had left and gone to Hong Kong.
Okay.
And Doc Casey had taken over as general manager, and he called me up and said, "We're having problems with ratings and some other things." I said, "Would you come up and help us out?" I said, "I'd be more than happy to."
Okay.
Yeah, and went back for about a year.
Okay.
We started playing games with ratings. We figured out some things about their particular methodology of how they do ratings. So
Okay.
we started tweaking our little contest
Yeah.
to augment what was going on with the ratings. And luckily, boom, back at number one.
Nailed it. Okay, beautiful. So my wife, obviously, my wife is Taiwanese. So she grew up also listening to ICRT. The English teachers would say, you know, listen to ICRT, listen to this show and stuff
Right.
like that. So ICRT, I've been here for about 20 years. So when I came, ICRT was like king of the world.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fun place.
So how do you think things now are different, you know, with like streaming and Spotify,
Okay.
YouTube? How do you think it's sort of affected like the radio industry?
It affected it greatly.
Yeah.
I saw the internet back in 1983
Okay.
when it was called
83.
CompuServe or
Okay.
something like that. And I said, and it was at that time only being used by universities and
Okay.
military government, things like that. I said, wow, that thing's going to be cool. And computers were coming on.
Yep.
And when I got to Taiwan, and I got my own computer. Whoa!
Yeah.
And when the internet first came out, we got on it quickly.
Yeah.
We became one of the first radio stations to broadcast live on the internet.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Since we had a license to broadcast and play music,
Amazing. Yeah.
paying royalties and things like that, it was great.
Yeah.
And my goodness, it just exploded.
Yeah. Yeah. The internet's crazy for sure. Yeah.
And then something happened.
Okay.
Kids were getting the cell phones.
Yeah.
You know that there are FM radios inside every cell phone,
I did not know
but
that.
they don't
no.
turn them on. They won't turn them on because it will distract from people going on the internet or using apps and things like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I did
But-
not know that. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So what happened over the years? Kids, mainly the younger audience,
Yeah.
really get into computers and getting online, and all these apps were coming on, and Facebook and AOL. Remember those?
Yeah. America Online. I remember that.
That was a cluster tank, wasn't
I
it?
remember that one. Yeah.
Mhm.
For sure.
And so hey,
Hey guys. Hi.
so and things changed. People were in their if they were in their car, the kids were in their car. They're looking at the phone.
Yes.
They're not listening to the radio. Mom and
Uh-huh.
Dad still listened. The older demographics were still
Gotcha.
there, but the money demographics were getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Gotcha.
Now, it's a whole different ballgame. It's tough for radio to pull those people back,
Understand.
but it's not impossible. If
Okay.
you do the right things, offer the right elements that gave people a reason to listen to the radio, you can still do it.
When we like, I don't have a car or anything because in Taiwan you don't really need a car if you're kind of in your own little bubble. But sometimes we'll rent a car and we'll travel somewhere. Every time we're in a car, we always listen to ICRT. We love it. It's great. I love it. Yeah.
Cool.
There's that nostalgia factor for me, and even my daughter thinks it's cool, and she's 12. So I do think that I don't know how, but I do think that it is possible to bring people back to radio. What do you think?
It's music.
Okay.
Music, news, and information. Talk.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially in the States right now. It's a lot of talk on. And now the automobile companies are not even going to put AM radio in cars, new cars anymore.
Okay.
And that's going to, I don't know how that's going to play out. But
What would they put? Because I guess they're not putting CD players or tape players. You know, what would they put in there? Just
Actually,
iPads or what?
I had a car in the States had a DVD player.
Okay, really? Oh, that's cool. Okay, okay.
And my car I have now, I can put the SD chips
Okay.
and listen from that through Bluetooth, listen to my tunes on my phone.
Gotcha.
I listen to ICRT occasionally. Every time I turn it on, I don't know the music.
Okay, that's understandable. Yeah, I don't know it either. I mean, the
I'm
new
not a
stuff,
big rap fan, and
Okay, understand.
you probably have guessed, but to each his own.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy, listen to it. So, and I tune it in occasionally just to see what they're doing, and I go right back to my tunes on my phone because this is my radio station.
I think the thing is, with your own phone, I mean, you can use whatever iTunes, YouTube, whatever, and you can create your own sort of list,
It's
which that's tough to
very
compete with.
possible.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to listen to radio unless you really, really want to, unless you identify with their personalities and the type of music they play.
What do you think? You were saying earlier that you think that it is possible with the right sort of, the right sort of way to sort of slowly bring people back to
Sure.
it. What's your idea for that, if you don't mind sharing? Because I'm curious about that.
Contests and promotions, marketing.
Okay.
Get in touch with your audience. Give them a reason to listen.
Yeah.
Whether it be music, but contests, information, which is what we get a lot of from the internet.
Yep.
And just communication. Just
Okay.
conversation.
Okay.
A lot of people listen to the radio when they were alone at home, and we were their friends.
Yeah.
We were their comrades. You could say anything
Gotcha.
to us. We probably couldn't hear it, but
Yeah.
you could call us up on the phone and talk to the DJ.
That's cool. I
And
love that.
we can record you and say,
Yeah.
hey, what song you want to hear? I want to hear that new Michael Jackson. You got it. Boom, there
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Just like that.
I remember those. That's amazing. Yeah. So a little bit more. I think that social media is it makes people a little more antisocial, right? Like people
Yeah.
are kind of like, stuck on their phone.
Yeah.
So I think that communication is getting lost.
And it's
Yeah.
becoming very specific.
Yeah.
You're either L or B or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's not much in between.
True.
It's very distinct lines being drawn with certain radio stations. Look at MTV.
MTV. Yeah.
Here's the funny thing: we were in Hawaii. We were doing MTV before MTV.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, on
Okay.
cable.
Okay.
We were doing. It was mostly live concert footage that our director producer got, and it was received very well. People were loving it.
Yeah, I bet.
And
yeah.
there wasn't a lot of music videos
Okay.
out at the time, but they were coming on. And so when MTV came on the air, it was broadcast from Hong Kong
Okay.
to Taiwan back then.
Okay.
So we went over to Hong Kong for the big grand opening. Had a great party, huge party.
Hong Kong.
And we got
Okay.
to see what was coming. And
Okay.
it came on in a big way. Now, I can't even watch MTV.
Is there still MTV? I didn't know that there was still.
It's still called MTV,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it's the animal has evolved into some other creature that just kind of
Oh, wow.
go, let's see what's on HBO.
As a kid, we used to watch MTV all the time, and you
Yeah.
would wait for your favorite videos, and you'd put the VCR on, and you'd record your favorite videos, and you kind of have a playlist of your videos.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, similar to now, but I guess more different. And also, I remember, I think the older bands and musicians, I think they put more, how can I say, more effort into like the storytelling part of music videos. So when I grew up, I used to watch some music videos. And it was almost like like a Michael Jackson Thriller. That's amazing, right? It's like a long
That
story.
was $1 million production.
I can imagine. Yeah.
The earlier ones were just down and dirty.
For sure.
As cheap as they could do them. But and then Quincy Jones got involved and changed the whole dynamic, especially with Michael Jackson and other people too.
Okay.
And we just lost Quincy. It's too bad. Really too bad.
Rest in peace.
Here's to Quincy
Okay.
Jones.
I'm waiting for you. I thought you were in. Okay. Salute.
Here's to Quincy. Be careful.
And
All right.
thanks for coming, brother. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
Appreciate having you here, man.
How many hours are we going to do this?
How long as long as you want, man. However you want. When you ate, you're good to go. Yeah.
I'll just play with it.
So tell me, after sort of Taiwan, you retired. You went to Thailand for a little bit.
Yeah, I was offered
Tell me about Thailand.
a task over there with my buddy Richie Walker.
Okay.
He knew the owners of this radio station. They were going to change it into what we were told was to be a CHR station, contemporary hit radio. That's used to call it Top 40.
Oh,
and then it
Rick
became,
D's in the weekly top 40. Casey Kasem.
Then it became contemporary hit radio.
Oh, okay.
And they told us that's what we wanted. Went over, had a meeting with them. Unfortunately, we didn't sign a contract.
Okay.
We just said, okay, that's on a handshake deal. He came back over. The day we landed, the owner's husband said, well, we decided we're not going to do that music. We're going to do smooth jazz. And I looked at him like he was
I bet.
Daffy Duck.
Yes.
And I said, it ain't going to work. The only smooth jazz radio stations that work, that make money, are in L.A. and New York.
Okay.
There are a lot of other stations around, but those stations are owned by radio stations that have top 40 stations, CHR stations, news, talk, classical, jazz, whatever.
You got to have some kind of pop in there, right? News stuff. Is that what you're saying? Yep. Okay.
And I did get to meet Larry Carlton, guitar player.
Okay.
Had him on. He was a great guy, really smooth. But smooth jazz is a tough road to hoe.
Yeah.
Road to hoe. That's it.
Yeah.
And we tried my best, and just couldn't make it. And finally decided I got to go.
Okay.
But we tried. We even now they admit they made a boo boo.
So that was a short trip. Thailand was short.
Yeah, it was a couple of years. I couldn't take it. It was too hot.
Okay.
I had to outrun elephants on my way home.
Really?
Rats the size of
chihuahuas. Okay. That's funny.
But it was just too damn hot.
Okay.
Even it was hot by Taiwan standards.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because when I was a kid, we used to go to Mexico all the time because my family is from there, and it used to be going from Canada to Mexico. Mexico was really hot.
Night and day.
Yeah, night and day. But then coming here, living here for so long, and then going to Mexico, I thought, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Taiwan's hotter, so if Thailand's hotter than here, wow.
Well, the humidity factor and the heat in Thailand just got to me. I could wear a long sleeve shirt one day a year.
One day a year. Okay, so
That's
no
what
hoodies. Leave the hoodies at home, right?
Yeah, it's just too hot.
So what do you think makes a good radio DJ?
It's not the voice.
Okay.
It's the words.
Okay.
That you choose. You can change your voice. I can work with you in 5 minutes and give you a voice as
I'll
deep
take
as,
it.
Well, you got it already.
Okay.
Diaphragm breathing.
There you go.
It's talking to your audience and relating to them and make them feel like they know you.
Okay. Like they're your friend?
Yep. You never say anything bad about anything to anyone in the radio. Everybody's your friend.
Okay.
And you can educate, you can teach, you can enlighten, make them laugh.
Okay. Yeah.
Laugh
beautiful.
at themselves. That's what's funny too. Laugh at ourselves. It's just we're a reflection of the society that we live in.
Yes.
And especially in the music world, we're a reflection of what's going on internationally.
Okay.
And when I got here, there was no music record service here. There were a lot of what we call pirated music providers. These companies that would buy albums or ship them over to Taiwan and then make copies of them.
Really? Okay.
Make pirated copies of them.
Yes, of course.
They were selling them.
Well, I remember going to buy VCDs. Like there were DVDs, but then there were like VCDs, which were kind of like videos on a CD, which were kind of crap quality. But everywhere I would go, there would always be people selling pirated versions of that, and that was crazy.
Yep.
I didn't even know that was VCDs were a thing until I came to Taiwan. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, we got to work with this group called IFPI.
Okay.
It was a group that worked with these pirates to get them out of the business because they weren't paying royalties.
Yeah, of course.
The artists were not getting anything from their record sales.
Okay.
And they were losing money. A lot of pirated copies were on the streets, and people didn't mind getting the pirated cassettes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know, this was a long time after 8-tracks. Remember the 8-tracks?
Of course, I remember 8-tracks. Yeah. My cousin, when we were in high school, his car had
Recorder?
his car had an 8-track in it still. Yeah, we play the 8-tracks and stuff. It was so cool. Yeah, they look like video game cartridges almost, right? Really cool.
Yeah, those were the
I haven't seen one in a while, but yeah,
that was the day.
pretty cool. Yeah. 8-tracks, man. So, how do you think now in like 2024, with Spotify and with all that stuff, is it better for artists that music is more easily available, or is it worse?
Yeah, I think it does work better for them because A, they're getting paid for it.
Okay.
B, they're exposing their music to a wider international group of listeners. And but the kids, they're choosy. They go, I don't like that. Boom, bring up the next one. I don't like that either. Bring up this. Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, I think kids are spoiled with choice now, right? I mean, when I've interviewed different musicians, and even them, like when you make a YouTube video, you got to have a hook, and you've this and that, and even they say that now with music, you have to have like a hook in the first 10 seconds, or else kids will be like swipe away.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's why there's kids that can't think straight.
Yeah.
They got too many diversions going on in their life.
It's a lot. Yeah.
And we never had that.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, we had some crazy, stupid kids, but
Sure.
I'm not saying that. I just never mind what I said. Okay, but yeah, they have too many choices.
Okay.
And that could cause personality conflicts.
I 100% agree. 100% agree with that. Just on that topic, what do you think the biggest change sort of in radio or in kind of like music from the 70s till now? What's the biggest change that you've noticed from, you were out there on the front lines, radio DJing in the 70s till now?
The only thing in life is change, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. 10 years from now, that will be, like this.
Sure.
You have it on your watch or something.
Yeah.
Everything's getting smaller. To be honest, what keeps music alive is people playing music.
Okay.
People taking guitar lessons. People going to school, studying music, going to college and getting music degrees, playing classical music, classical piano. My buddy, John Vaughn, he teaches at Suzhou University. He's a classical pianist from Johns Hopkins University.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Very talented. I taught him how to play the blues.
Beautiful.
He tried to help me with my piano playing. We, with my wife, wrote a musical.
Okay. Oh, nice.
I got to perform music that I wrote with John live with a 14-piece orchestra with live theatrical.
Wow.
I'm getting chicken skin now.
Beautiful.
Just getting chills.
Awesome.
Just thinking about that.
Okay.
Was amazing. That's something I never thought I thought I could do. When I was a kid, when I was in high school, I wanted to go learn how to be an engineer.
Okay.
A recording studio engineer.
Okay. Yes.
Learn how to produce, how to write, how to make music that I was listening to on the radio when I was watching on the Ed Sullivan Show or watching on American Bandstand.
I love that. I love those.
That was the MTV of our day.
Yeah, for sure.
Back then. That's what I wanted to do. I eventually got to do that in Hawaii. Got hired as a producer at a recording studio because of a promo that I did for a contest. It was called Take the Money and Run. Steve Miller had a big hit song. I took that song and I'm gonna make a contest out of that. And by asking listeners questions, the more they got more questions they got right, they could either take the money and run or bet it all on the
Nice.
next question.
Let it ride.
Yeah, let it ride. And that one contest took the station from worst to first in 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
So it's how you relate music to people's everyday lives. It's what you get out of music. For me, that's why I still play. I have a band now called, oddly enough, the Tony Taylor Band.
There you go.
We'll
Good
be
name.
playing at a bar or a restaurant near you soon.
Sounds good. Let me know. I'm in. Let's do it. I'd love it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're down at Thursday, Chinatown.
Okay.
Yeah, we just played at the International Blues Fest at
Maji Square. How was that?
Yeah, it was
big
fun.
crowd?
I
Yeah?
got to see all musician friends I hadn't seen in a long time.
Okay.
Everybody just killed it. Everybody got up on stage and
Beautiful.
did the best they could do. And that's what thrills me about
Okay.
music.
Okay.
Not only being a former radio guy, but a musician. It's just the camaraderie that's involved. And that's what we got back from the Beatles. Remember when you...
Sure.
Well, you were...
Okay. Okay.
I remember when the Beatles came out, I went, oh my goodness gracious.
Yes.
Wow. And I started playing drums.
Okay.
My brother was in a soul band. He was about 3 years older than me. He was in a soul band, had horns, bunch of white boys playing soul music.
Awesome.
And the drummer gave me an old American Legion field drum and a couple sticks.
Nice.
I started playing. I put the Beatles on the hi-fi and play along with that. And I played drums all throughout high school, marching band, concert band.
That's great.
Jazz band. And then I got into college, and they wanted me to go back and learn to play classical piano again. I'm like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I want to learn recording studio engineering. I want to learn producing.
Okay.
That kind of thing. Oh, we don't have any of that. You have to
Okay.
go to Los Angeles or New York to get that. I said, okay. And then
Okay.
college
okay.
wasn't working out for me. Then I went home and I saw this advertisement on TV for this school, Elkins Institute. They taught engineering
Beautiful.
and they taught radio broadcast.
Okay.
I went down and talked to them. I said, I got to
Sold.
do it.
Yeah.
Tell you a funny story. When I was a kid, my parents gave me a little transistor radio.
Oh, nice.
Short wave, AM. I don't even think it had FM on it, but it, had a couple of different settings for it. And I'd listen to it, and I said, I could listen to the black stations, the soul music station,
Yeah.
and listen to news and talk from all over. And well, I loved that radio. I took care of it. And one day I just kind of flipped it over, and on the bottom of the radio was a little sticker that said, "Made in Formosa."
Really?
No kidding.
Wow. Okay. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
At that
was
moment,
your first
my
touch
destiny
point.
was sealed.
Beautiful. Okay.
I became on that radio in Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Back then they called it Formosa. This was
The beautiful islands.
50s,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
50s, early 60s.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah.
So quickly, one more question about that topic. Now, I mean, 2024, AI is coming out, and you can, you can get AI. You can just be like, write me a classical song with the voice of Adele about a Mexican restaurant, and then boom, it'll pop out. What's your opinion on that?
Whatever makes you happy. Do it. But I can't say for sure it's going to replace old school
No.
musicianship.
I wouldn't think so. No.
Old school writing, production, and playing together with your friends and your buddies to make music, and people are going, "Wow!"
Yeah, of course.
Let me withhold judgment on that right now
Okay.
because I don't.
No, I'm just curious what you think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a toy.
Okay, because you've kind of seen the beginning, you've seen it all through the MTV, American Bandstand, all that stuff, and now 2024 AI. So I was curious about your opinion. That's a huge.
Well, look what's
You know.
going to happen in Hollywood. You see all the actors are jumping up and down, screaming, "You cannot use my face and my voice on something that I didn't do."
Yeah.
And then that's going to come down to some heavy-duty lawsuits, I think.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah. One more question. So, if you have one more question on this topic.
Okay.
If somebody's thinking about maybe a career similar to yours, like in radio, somebody now is maybe going through college thinking you want to do production or something like that. What's some advice that you would give to them?
Try it and see if you like it.
Okay.
You should know right away if it's a good fit for you, or maybe you want to go to medical school.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a classic thing. Is a guy. He was about to. I think he did graduate medical school. His parents really wanted him to become a doctor. He became a doctor, and you know what he ended up doing? Became a pop singer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Mom and Dad were just like, oh.
Oh, and hopefully a popular one.
But he became huge. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
But he became hugely popular. He made
Okay.
a lot more money than
Then a doctor. Okay.
Than a doctor.
You know, bullet dodge there, right? So I got some pictures here. I'm going to pull up for you here, and we'll take a look, and you tell me what you think. Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me what's going on here.
That's me sitting it out. I still have that keyboard. That was at our house in Shijar, one we lived in before.
Okay.
Had those are JBL classic speakers there.
Nice.
And had my laptop. This is before I got my Mac, and we had software available to do recording.
Yeah.
At home back then, but it was still basic. You know, it was not
Basic.
You couldn't
yeah.
master.
Okay.
There's a couple of things you just couldn't do.
Understandable.
But that's me with my short haircut.
There you go, short haircut. Short haircut. Your dad's style haircut, maybe, yeah?
Yeah,
yeah. The buzzer.
Yeah.
Next one.
And that's my band.
Yeah.
That's Tony Taylor Band. Connor Prunty, the guy on the left, is he plays harmonica. He's with the Muddy Basin Ramblers.
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Very cool band. Very
Okay.
cool band.
Okay.
And the guy in the middle, he's our resident. You call him what do you call him? Leprechaun. He's from Scotland. He's not Irish.
Oh,
he's
so
from
he doesn't
Scotland.
like that for sure.
Jim Adamson.
Okay.
And Jay McNeil, next guy over. He's the drummer.
Okay.
And the guy on the right, in the red, I've been playing music with this guy for damn near 40 years.
Really? Wow.
When I first got here,
Okay.
Mike Cottingham opened up these really cool bars downtown, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And walked in there, and he was playing with his band. I went over and introduced myself, and we ended up jamming a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's still playing with him.
Beautiful. I love
He
it.
plays with a lot of big name people.
Beautiful, man.
Attila Palmer. He's from Turkey.
Okay. Beautiful. Good name too. Nice mustache as well.
Yeah.
There you go. Got to throw that in there, man. Right?
Yeah, that's me in my skinny days.
Okay. Well, I was looking at the logo.
Yeah, that was at Bobunde.
Okay, yeah, Bob one day, yeah, I
It's
know it.
gone
I know
now,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I heard that it went
Yeah.
maybe last year or something, which is a huge bummer.
I think this night a typhoon came through town,
Okay.
but we
Okay.
still ended up playing.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody come out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was
okay.
a few
Good.
people there.
Okay.
Few people there.
That's nice. Typhoons they're either like they're hit or miss, you know. It's either you're going to be full in the restaurant because it's not bad at all, or it's so bad, you know,
Yeah.
everything's shut down, you can't do anything. It's kind of
Yeah.
crappy, yeah.
I think we did one set and called it a night.
Okay. Couple more pictures.
That particular night, but
That
I
night.
played there other time.
Okay. That's a great picture. man.
Oh yeah. What's
did-
that guy's name?
Mr. Miyagi, right?
Yeah,
Pat Morita,
yeah.
right? Is that him? Yeah.
Patrick. What's his
Pat
name?
Morita, yeah, I
Uh-huh.
believe. Is that Mr. Miyagi, right?
Yeah, that's him.
So Pat Morita.
This was
yeah?
the studio in Hawaii, KIKI. He's sitting on my lap, by the way.
That's beautiful.
And he came out, had him as a guest on my show. What a sweetheart of a guy.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah. Really cool guy.
Apparently he's very funny.
Yeah.
He's very funny, yeah. Okay.
He's very funny. Great
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah. That's
Real
funny.
cool guy.
Yeah, beautiful. Next one here. Boom.
Oh, yeah, this one, that's Emma Thompson.
Ah, okay. I thought it might have
Excuse
been her, but I didn't want to guess. Okay.
This was a TV interview I did with her. And my wife was sitting on the side of the camera. And what a lovely sweetheart of a woman. She looks like she wants to slap me upside the head, but
Good picture. Good
she was
picture.
just a beautiful, beautiful lady.
Okay.
She let me hold her academy.
Oscar.
She won for best actress. What was the movie?
I'm not sure. Yeah. But she brought it there, and you got to hold it. That's
yeah,
cool.
she let me hold it.
That's cool.
I tried to steal it from her, but she got it back.
Yeah.
We're on the way. Oh yeah, that one.
That's a good picture, man. I had to get that on there. That's a beauty.
This was a this was a '60s night at the American Club, I think.
Okay.
And everybody put on their hippy dippy weatherman outfit. And,
I love it.
And unfortunately, that hair was real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look good.
I normally wore it back in ponytail like I do now, But that was for a visual.
Yeah, of course, of
thing.
course.
I think
Yeah.
it was 16th night or Halloween or something. I forget.
Okay, okay. Good picture, though. I saw that, and I was like, I got to pop that on there, yeah.
And that's David Foster.
Okay.
He came to Taiwan. That's at the Grand Hotel.
Ah, it is. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. I can recognize it now.
Yeah, I did a TV interview with him. What a sweetheart of a guy. He's so talented. He's played with everybody. He's married to a beautiful young lady now.
Is he?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I forget her name. They met a few years ago. They got married. But he's a real sweetheart of a guy. Great piano player. Very talented. Super talented.
Cool. Very nice.
And he's still around.
Very cool. Good.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that was the Royal Hotel. One more picture, man.
Yeah, and that's me at ICRT
Okay.
back in the day.
Back in the day? Okay.
This was before computers. As you see, there's 1, 2, 3 CD players.
Oh, I didn't see them. Okay.
There's also a DAT machine.
Okay.
And those are some great microphone. That's the one in front of me is an SM5B Shure mic, almost like.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are good. Yeah.
And,
the big one, the SM7B is the one that apparently everybody's been using it for like 50 years or something. Yeah.
And the other one is, I think, is a EV RE20.
The RE20s. Yeah,
great
those are still
microphones.
rocking
And
too.
you
Yeah.
can see someone. I think it's Bill Thiessen in the back, right by me head.
Yes.
He's back there doing the news.
Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't see that. That's funny.
And we used cartridges. They were kind of like 8-tracks, but
Wow.
they only go one way. We're
That's
endless
cool.
loop. They call.
Nice, man. Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, a couple fun questions here. Yeah. If you could have a dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be and why?
Okay, true story. I was invited to a dinner on Maui,
Okay.
and I just thought I was just going over there for have dinner, stay at the hotel, and come back the next day. They knock on my door, say, "Let's go to dinner." And I said, "Okay, let's go."
All right, let's
we
go.
walked downstairs and went to a private room. Opened the door. There was George Benson
Oh, wow.
and his wife and family, and there was Wolfman Jack.
Okay. Wolfman Jack.
Of TV fame. He was that movie Graffiti, American Graffiti.
Okay.
Remember that? Wolfman
I do, yeah.
Jack.
Yes.
Yeah. And me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that I would be hard pressed to pick a better
Yeah, that's a pretty good group
couple
already.
of guys to have dinner with. But Wolfman was just incredibly funny.
Okay.
And George Benson was dressed to a T, man. He was looking so good. He was so quiet. He's very humble, And I tried to get him to do stuff a little bit. Wolfman was, trying to get him.
Okay.
But it was a damn fine dinner. I got to tell you, it's all free Italian food.
Hey,
It was
nice.
good.
Sounds good. That sounds great.
Yeah.
So while you were doing the DJ, the radio DJ thing, was there a song that you're like, yes, I want to play this song? If someone would say, whatever you recommend, what would be the song that you would play? I'm sure you went through phases, but, 1 or 2. You're like, yes, I have to play that.
Well,
Or was there?
let me get back to you on that one.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
gonna be thousands
Yeah,
of songs
you're
I've
going
had to
through the
deal with.
Rolodex. Like, what is this?
Oh,
what
over the
about
years.
what about when someone called and said, "Hey, I want you to play this," and you were like, "No, this is the one song."
Play Madonna like a virgin.
Okay.
Again. I'll tell you a funny story. Played that song on the radio. And at the time, we were not supposed to say like a virgin.
Okay.
We were not supposed to say the V word.
You weren't supposed to say the V word on.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking, that's Madonna like a virgin, the latest hit song. And turned the mic off and went to a commercial or something. Phone rang. Picked it up. Hi, it's Tony. It was a irate mommy.
Okay. Now I have to explain what virgin means to my daughter.
Well,
or
her
what was
kids.
it?
She goes, my kids are in the car listening to your radio, and I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear them listen to that. I don't want to hear you talking like that. I said, ma'am, I'm sorry you don't enjoy that, but there's a little button on your radio. Flip it somewhere else and turn it off.
Yeah.
If you don't like it. But you can't tell us that we can't play it for people who really want to hear it.
Yeah.
So just turn it off. There you go. Gotta go. Bye.
Gotta go by. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. I like that. Yeah. So that was the song where you're like, no, I don't want to play any Madonna. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any famous interviews that you're like this one? I mean, we popped up a couple earlier. But
Yeah.
Any interviews where you're like,
B.B.
wow,
King.
B.B. King. Tell me about the B.B. King.
B.B. King and Ray Charles were scheduled to be sitting on the sofa with me
Oh.
doing a TV interview.
Oh.
Ray fell asleep. Nobody goes, wake up, Ray. I couldn't wake him up. So BB was there with his music director, whose name escapes me. Maybe it'll come to me. I just did the interview with BB King.
Okay.
What a wonderful man.
Really? I mean,
Just a sweetheart. So humble, so kind. I'd never heard him say a bad word about anybody.
okay.
And he was just a delight to sit down next to and put my hand on his shoulder and talk to him, call him my friend.
Wow.
He was great. I eventually did get to meet Ray Charles. I asked him a couple of questions during the press conference. I saw him. He didn't see me.
Okay.
But
He woke up eventually, yeah?
yeah, he woke up finally.
Okay.
He made the press conference, but he didn't get to be on the TV with me. But me and BB made the best of it. It was
Beautiful.
the best interview I ever had in my life.
Okay.
Although it was, I got flown to Singapore to interview Buddy Guy.
Okay.
You know who Buddy Guy is?
The name is ringing a bell here.
Legend.
Okay.
He's played with everybody from late 40s, early 50s till now. I saw his website, his Facebook page. He's doing 16 shows this month.
Okay. Wow.
And he's
How old
80s?
is he now? Okay. Wow.
80s, in his 80s. He's still up there playing.
That's amazing.
I hope I can do that.
Yeah. Well, that's leading on to my next question. This is, I mean, it's a little bit of work, but it's not hard to do to set up like a podcast, so it's an interview style podcast. Someone like yourself that's been doing it forever, you know, why don't you have a podcast? Or have you ever thought about being like, hey, I should do this?
I don't really have that much to say anymore, Eddy.
Oh, man. Come on.
I don't know. It seems to be like a lot of work. I've kind of gotten out of the radio mode of my life. Although I still enjoy talking about it, and I still have my face for radio.
The face for radio. Okay.
Yeah. But I thought about it, doing a little show from my kitchen, inviting people over. I cook for them.
Sure.
You know, and then we go upstairs to my studio and play some tunes.
That'd be great.
You know,
yeah.
It might be fun.
Yeah, I think it's definitely doable, man. People would love that.
Well,
yeah.
I will consider it now that I've seen your fantastic equipment you got.
It's not that hard to do. I mean, it takes. I mean, you already know how to do it all, so for sure it's easy peasy for you.
Well, I don't know.
I had to learn, the hard way, kind of step by step.
You know.
There you go. Yes. There you go. Engineer, man. You went to school. Peanuts is easy stuff, man. Easy stuff for you.
I'll think about it. I'll give it some more thought.
I would think that it would be great. It would be right up your alley. I mean, you're saying that you're, semi-retired now, so you might have a little more time to do something like that. I think it would be great.
I'm a house husband.
A house husband. I mean, that's
my wife is still working, so I'm in charge of driving.
Okay, you're the driver now.
I'm the head chef in the house.
And the cook, yeah.
Cook, security.
Cook, clean, security.
Yeah,
okay.
No pets.
Okay.
I don't want any pets. We've had cats and all manner of animals in the past. I don't even want an animal.
Yeah.
I do have.
What about
a
kids?
Stuffed panda.
No kids, no pets.
I have two kids, but they're grown adults.
Okay, yeah, they're not kids now. Yeah. Okay, and no pets are tough, right? Pets are tough because you have a pet and you're kind of like, I don't really care that much, and then you get it and you become really attached, and when they go, it's tough, right?
I don't want to have to clean up after anybody but myself and my wife.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah, man. Do you have anything you want to add that we missed? Any topics that we might have missed? That
I just want to send out a great big thank you. I've mentioned this to him time and time again, but I'll say it again. To Craig B. Quick.
Okay.
If it weren't for him, I would not be here.
Okay.
I hired him to work for me. He hired me to work for him.
Beautiful.
And what goes around comes around.
Agree.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. That's beautiful.
That's all I got to say about that.
All right, man.
Eddy,
brother, thank you so much for coming.
This has been a lot of fun. I may have to go out and look at that equipment.
Sounds good. Anytime. whatever you need. If there's anything I can help, if there's anything I can help with, man, I'm in for sure.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you guys for watching. The legend right here.
Okay, thank you.
Take care, guys.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Thank you everybody for watching Eddy's show. We feel only happiness, don't feel any sorrow. Welcome everybody to watch more on his content. Eddy Live Podcast. Eddy Live Podcast.